Yo, what's up folks, TG here, and today we're looking at Evolution Greasefang. Greasefang, one of the most powerful, maybe the best, maybe very possibly the best deck in Explorer and Pioneer. It's the one that I would normally recommend to people. It's that or Mono Green are my top two recommendations in terms of like, if you want to win as much as possible, play one of these two decks. Just great linear strategy in terms of Mono Green, and Abzan Greasefang, just this turn 3 kill is just still too good and too consistent. And there are a couple of ways to build the deck, but the one we're looking at today is with Eldritch Evolution. And to talk about consistency. So Eldritch Evolution, 1 green sorcery, as an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, where X is 2 plus the sacrifice creature's mana value. Put that card off the battlefield, then shuffle, exile Eldritch Evolution. Now, what we're doing here is pretty obvious. We're going to sacrifice some of our enablers. We've got Stitcher's Supplier at 1, obviously ETB or Dies, military cards. We've got Rafine's Informant, obviously staple of all the different variations of Greasefang, lets you connive. And then we've also got City Wayfinder as well, something in the graveyard, and you can sacrifice any of these to go and get you Greasefang, a Keeper Boss, obviously centerpiece card of the deck. We get a pile in the graveyard with one of these enabler effects. We make a Greasefang, we bring it back, you hit our opponent for 13, make a bunch of angels. Game's pretty much over on turn 3, when you have that. And Eldritch Evolution is the way to be very, very consistent with it. We've got Stitcher's Supplier, Rafine's Informant, City Wayfinder, and also the power of Grisly Salvage. Obviously, you've got our maxing out our creature enablers to take advantage of Eldritch Evolution, but Grisly Salvage is still just the best way to both find Greasefang while putting vehicles in your graveyard, and so it's still just an auto-include here. With this package of cards and the Eldritch Evolution to tutor up the Greasefang, your turn 3 kill is very, very consistent. And of backing that up then, we have Thoughtseize at 1, obviously take away our opponent's removal or interaction for the Greasefang, and then we also have some other tools throughout the deck. We've got a normal vehicle package, Esca's Chariot, 4 copies, lets you play this mid-range game plan. Similar to that, we also have Sky Sovereign, which can absolutely shut down some decks as well, and then we also have, of course, our 4 copies of Parhelion, just ends the game. The other thing, because we're playing this Eldritch Evolution, which lets you play this kind of toolbox style Greasefang deck, and lets you go to some pretty nice options for board, is like, so we can go from, hey, 1 to 3, 2 to 3, we can also go 1 to 4, sometimes, hey, the deck is quite consistent, but if you don't have the vehicle in your graveyard for the Greasefang, and you've got a 2-drop in play, you can go ahead and tutor up a 4-drop. And so I'm playing 1 copy of Shieldred the Apocalypse here, obviously, incredible card to fetch. We've also got a couple of other spicy things in the board. The mana base is fairly straightforward. Obviously, playing 3 colours, you want to have double green for Evolution, which is important, but also want to be able to pay black and white for Greasefang. So we've got 2 Temple Gardens, 4 Razor Edge Thickets, 4 Dartboard Pathway, 4 Blooming Marsh, 2 Godless Shrine, 2 Concealed Courtyard, and then a Besagi, a Tekanema, and 1 Basic Swamp. Let's just run through the sideboard and we'll hop into some rank games. So we've got 2 copies of Duress, obviously versus decks with loads for removal, control, mid-range, this kind of matchups like Black-Red, where you want to take their threats for the Greasefang. It also helps because you can board into a more mid-range deck, and you can see some spicy things already here on the side. The Duresses help you with that as well, and they come in alongside Lily on the Veil, kind of pressure our opponent's hand a bunch. Obviously, there are still boggles around. Boggles isn't the right word because we don't even have Glade Cover Scout in the format. But still, the Aura deck is pretty awesome, and Liana Veil helps there a ton. We then have another copy of Shieldred, again, brought into this mid-range plan, with also these Siege Rhinos. And one of the things you can do here that our configuration with Eldritch Evolution lets you do is you've got this like great mid-range plan with Esca's Chariot and Sky Sovereign. You can board out some of the more combo-y elements, just board into this mid-range deck, and then you can start tutoring up Siege Rhinos with these evolutions. Just pot away these Informants, the Wayfinders, and hey, if you've not got the vehicles, maybe even the Greasefang itself, and just start dropping Siege Rhinos out there. We've got an extra copy of Shieldred to tutor for, and just like hammer our opponent to the ground that way. We've also got some more interaction. We've got 2 copies of Vanishing Verse. It's a really, really efficient removal spell, just exiles Monarch permanents. We've got 2 copies of Withering Bloom Command, which gives you the option to kind of like board these in, disrupt Rest of Peace and that kind of thing, which is pretty nice. Also, obviously, versus things like Elves or Green, where you want to have as many possible ways to interact with their early like elves as possible. With the Bloom Command's also good versus aggro decks, but only really against mono white, which feels weird. The thing about the mono red deck that I think is really important is that they don't play any like X1s. They don't play any like 1 toughness creatures to snipe with this. Sure, you can maybe gain a couple of life, but it's not efficient. It's not what you want to be doing. So with the Bloom Command is not as good there it is versus mono white. We then have 3 copies of Leyline of the Void versus other Greasefang decks, other graveyard strategies, sacrifice, that kind of thing, and then another copy of Sky Sovereign, which kind of comes in as our mid-range package of cards. And the sideboard is kind of where things get opened up. You could even play like a more toolboxy version if you want to. Here we've gone for absolute consistency on the combo. You can play a bunch of kind of silver bullets if you want to tutor out the sideboard once you kind of go into games 2 and 3. But hey, there are two good versions of the Greasefang deck. One of them is this one here with Eldritch Evolution. The other one is the kind of like Vessel and Traverse build, which has become quite popular recently. I think both versions have a merit, and the Eldritch Evolution one, again, with a like Shield Drill you can tutor for, some interesting sideboard stuff, has a lot of benefits going to it, and we're going to try it out in some ranked games. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, really appreciate it, and yeah, let's hop into ranked. Here we go into the first ranked game. It's a funny one. When Shadows was kind of getting previewed and spoilt, I thought that this would be the Greasefang version that I covered first. Obviously, it's been months now. I did do a video on the Traverse version, which you can go check out if you've not already and you're interested in that. This looks fairly solid. We've got we've got Grizzly Salvage to try and help us find our Greasefang. We've got Thoughtseize to try and get that like disruption out of the hand. Pretty well. A good number of enablers here with Riffi's Informant. Worst comes to worst, we can get the Chariot in the graveyard as well. Or depending on what we hit off the Grizzly Salvage, hey. Inspiring Advantage into Valorant Epicure probably means they're on Abzan Greasefang, actually. It's a bit of a weird start. I'm not entirely sure on that because the Mardu deck's fallen off a bit recently. We're going to Thoughtseize and have a look at what's going on. Oh no. Okay. Oh jeez. They haven't got a second land, so they're going 1, 2, 3. Next turn, which is done for play. There are two options here. One of them is to try and just take the Loxodons. But one Loxodon is still going to be pretty good. I think actually taking the early creatures might be the way to go about this. Mean they get punished. And they take the Loxodon. This still happens, but is worse because they have an extra creature in play. It's pretty close. Neither are great. So we have the option to like Informant, but I think we just have to salvage, try and find the Greasefang. We will hold this Godless Shrine to play next turn. It means we to keep a couple of life. They don't have any way to expedite their clock at the moment, so taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This kind of deck has become quite popular recently. There are a couple of interesting missing pieces. Relentless Bushwhacker, I believe. The Surge one from Oath of the Gatewatch. Okay, so they're going to take another turn off here to make the other Loxodon. Alright. At least gives us some time. It's like a huge addition to this deck, so you can play it off like Burning Gems and that kind of thing. But hey. Alright. We will salvage away. Let's see, we don't find Greasefang, which is tough. You don't want to land. I guess I want Supplier so I can make 2 creatures here. This is tough. We want to block the Loxodons. And then there are some other like City's Blessing cards alongside this that you can play. There's the +2/+2 if you've got the City's Blessing to all your creatures. The 2 mana, which is super powerful. I think we lead on Wayfinder. No, I feel like we have to play the Informant. Oh dear. I'll play this first, just in case there's a Greasefang on top of our deck. But there's a chance that we're just too slow anyway here. The Chariot kind of helps us stabilize the board. With discard a Skate Wayfinder. We'll make a Supplier. Maybe we can run through. Okay, there's a Greasefang. Maybe we can set up some kind of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 13. Let me just trade this off. See what we hit off a Supplier. Alright, there is a Paladin in the graveyard here, but we basically get 1 draw at Greasefang. This is pretty interesting. Alright, we do not hit. Yeah, we make Chariot, we just died. Alright, well, we saw a lot of cards, didn't quite get there. Let's go to game 2. But this is sweet. I maybe should have just taken the other Loxodon instead of trying to take the 1-drops away, but then they get so much power onto the board, turn 2 there. Like more power, and they just get to start attacking, which is maybe worse for us than doing the other thing. Alright. So, there are... I think I want a sideboard here. A ton of things. This is non-creature, isn't it? So it doesn't actually slap like Ornithopters and things. The Vanishing Verses, they take care of the Loxodons, but not in like a great way. I'm gonna expect them to have recipes, but they might just board super linearly. I'm trying to think about X ones that we can actually put away. This is a matchup we want to head towards being ripped. Sky Sovereign isn't actually like it kills some of their little creatures, but the whole point is that they make a fast Loxodon before we get the Sky Sovereign online. I think we just take them out here. Clogging up the board with Chariot though is still really good. And then outside of that, I might cut the Thought Seizers. And bring the Rhinos in, try and stabilize. Is that a way to go here? I think it is. Yeah. Let's try and remember this. You trying to go burr. So we have Greasefang, we have a supplier. We need a way to get this pot heading into the graveyard. Excuse me, I had to just give myself to cough there for a minute. Or get another creature. Oh, well, that works. So then, do they have a turn 2 Rest in Peace? I'm interested to see how many lands they're playing. They've got like, it's the kind of deck that could play like 16, 18, something crazy, especially because they've got a bunch of Ornithopters and like they'll have just a very, very low curve. I'm gonna say go here. Epicure making Artifact as well. With the Trade Respect, it also implies that they're going to be playing Gleeful Demolition. They like New Oath of Rebirth. They like destroy an artifact and then make 3/1/1s if it's one you control. Seems great. So that might be what's coming here. Unfortunately, that does not look like the way we want it to. One thing we could do here is to stop them making a Loxodon. We could kill one of these now. I think that's actually the best thing to do. Just slow them down a bit. May as well go for the 1/2. Because they're going to get 3 creatures off of this, they would, with the Threater in play, be able to immediately lay a Loxodon by convoking 5 creatures. We get to delay them with that, and then we're just going to make a Greasefang here. Screw up. We'll keep the supplier back, just in case crazy things happen, but yeah, okay. Alright, that's how things are meant to go. And let's go to game 3. We're going to keep the Siege Rhinos in. This all looks pretty solid. Yeah, this deck looks really sweet. The only reason that I've not got a video, that I've not like made a video for this yesterday, or like over the last weekend, is that we don't have Reckless Bushwhacker. But it might just be good enough anyway. It's super, super sweet. It's one of those decks where it's like, Bushwhacker is like a niche enough card that we just might not get it on Arena for a long time. Even after like another, well, I'm kind of hoping they do like Explorer Masters and just put all the cards that we're missing in there. But I think there is, and this is like very, very just like conspiracy theory-ish. They're incentivized to like release the cards over a couple of sets, which sucks. But whether they will or not, hey, they claim they're doing their best job to get as much on there as possible. What am I looking for here? We milled through 2 evolutions, which is not ideal. We still need to put vehicles in the graveyard. We'll see. Gonna look to salvage next turn. Okay, let's shock, Epicure, and then a Sentry. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this becomes a 3/3 if they've got the City's Blessing. That's a 3rd land, which is nice. I guess we're just gonna aggressively salvage here. Okay. Yeah, this pans out. Yeah. if you're looking for like what does the completed deck list look like for this, Andrea Mengucci tweeted out. I don't know if he tweeted the deck list actually. I think he tweeted out some stuff about the deck a couple of days ago. Pahalion into the graveyard, and then what things look like from our side? We've got Stitches. Do you want 4th land just to make Chariot on time? Maybe that's the plan. I actually think this is good. Oh, we drew Greasefang. If they have Rending Volley as last card in their hand, then we're in a sticky spot. I'll make this on green because we need green for Evolution. We've got black for the Sheoldred. Maybe. We're praying this sticks. The Sentry is a 3/3, and they now have the it's not Charge Cross. Like Ascend the Araska, something like that. I don't remember what the card is. The +2/+2 on all your creatures if you've got City's Blessing. I used to have like a red-white tokens list way back that played like, well, red-white tokens with like City's Blessing cards, and then it transmogrified for Velomachus as like the only target. We're not out of the woods here. There's like a small... If they had Bushwhacker, we'd be in like... Oh, we're very much still in danger, but... Okay. See, this is what we're up to instead. This mutates on, gives all your creatures, so we can block... Can we block here and here on that? 2, 7, 10. 1 card left. I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Alright, we got there. Really sweet deck we're playing against, that's sweet. And yeah, I'll see you in the next match. Alright, second match here. We made it past our white tokens, but... Well... we only milled through evolutions, we didn't actually draw any. This is fairly solid. We've got Greasefang, we've got Stitch Supplier, City Wayfinder to find us the last land and try and get a vehicle into the graveyard for us. Hey. And looks by all accounts to be mono green. Whenever I see like one of the John Avon Fallout Forests, either this or the Unhinged one into Falana, I'm like, yep, mono green every time. Okay. Alright, we got another elf. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. I mean, we are kind of locked in. There is like a part of me... Oh, we did draw the third. Drew the land. I think we should Thoughtseize Stitch Supplier here. Just do a quick Storm the Festival check. Okay. Interesting. I'll take one of these. I think it makes enough sense. No vehicle, unfortunately. They have a second cure as well. They're not attack me with them. I might as well attack. Alright, we're kind of at the mercy of Impulse here. See what they do. If Impulse finds, like... Not anything, but... Okay, Forest is okay, unless they do Storm the Festival. This called the Storm the Festival. Okay. Sure. Troll is still pretty good. Gets them a card, gets them more devotion. Nicholas is now at peak operating efficiency. Okay. I think we run this. Let's evolution one of these away. We'll get a trigger in. We're basically saying, hey, we're looking to mill 3 cards from our supplier. We missed. Alright, but now we're gonna have Greasefang in play. We get to see the cards first. We could just try and find a vehicle. And grab like City Wayfinder. Yeah. A Wayfinder in hand. Oh, disappointing. We want to miss Khan. No attacks. Awkward, awkward. Yeah, we get to see the cards we mill before we actually tutor. I like, if we didn't have two Greasefangs in hand, I'd be like, yeah, sure, we go grab Greasefang. At this point, I will still absolutely do this. We'll hold the Say Wayfinder back. They might have Khan, in which case, yeah, this looks pretty miserable. I think we still kind of have to play into it. Ooh. Interesting. They have mana up, so maybe they just have Besagi. Green. I'll make a Greasefang and see what happens here. So, if they're holding up Besagi, then Chariot's a bit better. I think we just bring the Sky Sovereign, and then we can kind of pressure everything. So here we're gonna shoot an elf. Yeah, they do have it. That's fair. I mean, no reason not to, right? Yeah, we'll go find a basic land. We are on the life total might matter. I'm gonna find a swamp. We lower the mana a little bit. Yeah, no attacks. We get a couple of things. Like if we've got the upside of it's behind the graveyard. The upside of Sky Sovereign is a lot higher. We get a couple of 2/2s into play, but they're not really attacking. They're just going to block the Upright Troll. They're going to scoop it up. They know we've got Pahalian coming next turn. Alright, so mono green. Oh dear. These other Valkyrian commands do double duty here. They kill the elves. Obviously, they enable us by milling through cards, but they also kill the Wolfwiller Havens. Very nice. The Vanish Reverses can be good, but we don't necessarily have to care about it. That's the thing. They still have Khan, which is annoying. And so I might end up moving some things around to go. It seems really cool to release these rhinos in, but they're just not attacking 2 green creatures. The Shell Dread's more reasonable, I think. And then I'll bring these Duresses in. In terms of what we cut, Guys are impresses the Planeswalkers, which is like solid. It also like kills, like you said, like the elves. But it's not like amazing. The Chariots, I think, get a lot worse. They're just not up to much. I think we have to keep some number in, but that number doesn't have to be a very, very high number. And then past that, I'm going to cut 3 more cards. It's pretty dangerous trimming the creatures. Maybe I just bail these entirely. And then I'm going to trim a woman. Yeah. Go ahead and do it. Feel free to criticize me in the comments. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. With them on the play, we just need to be able to take some important cards away from them. Duress, Grizzly Salvage, say a Wayfinder is, I think, a keep. Feels weird. We actually don't have white mana here. But we do have on the attraction. We might not need white mana if everything goes to plan. I need Duress away. Snap, put the card in the bin. Nice. They have a bunch of havens, but only 1 actual forest. Yes, they drew 1. I'm going to slow them down a decent amount, but also means that we get some extra value if we... I guess a Wayfinder here. Grab Besagi. I guess if they don't draw another land and they just... Okay, well, fair enough. Oh, they just saw me draw a Beseiji. They get to make a troll, okay. I want to Beseiji, but we need to... For the time being, I've got 3, 4, 5. They still need one more mana to... Just on the festival. We're gonna go see Salvage here. Keep a safe way, find her around. We're just looking for a vehicle, really. So 1, 2, 4, 5 even here. If they have Cure, that's also pretty good. Especially if they got Cure into something. They've got no way to untap this, right? I mean, I will Beseiji you this on my turn if we don't hit. But... yeah, sure. Okay, cool. 6 we find it. In fact, we get to do it all, right? Because... legendary? Gonna evolution for Greasefang. And then because Greasefang's legendary, and then... oh, no, it has to be non-basic. Okay, well, I'm really dumb. But, okay. Alright. I got so excited. Might still prove pretty handy, to be honest. We'll see what they have. We still got the 2 angels. They need to get like Cavaliers. Like I can't turn off our won't do it. Pelucranos by itself. So they did hit a Cavalier. Awkward. I got so excited about this. Yeah, we have Shieldred. We do get to make more angels. So the minute we've got Sky Sovereign still. Well, Sky Sovereign also flies. Do 3 damage to Pelucranos. Does this get something back from the graveyard? It's the Pelucranos that we want to kill. That'll be it. Alright, well, I look a bit silly for this Beseiji thing, but hey. Alright, third matchup. Yeah, I played with Beseiji a ton, so not remembering that it can't hit basics is embarrassing. So... I mean, this looks very solid. We'll keep it. With Evolution... but I think we definitely want to wayfind an exile to find the 3rd land if we haven't already. So we just want to take any way they have to interact with Greasefang. Let's get rid of the Prism Armory command, which doesn't really... it blows apart effects. Cool. From their perspective though, this looks very much to be Grixis Control, which is super sweet, but hopefully we can get there. You say a Wayfinder, we've also got Grisly Salvage, which just gets us a card deeper. The one thing about Wayfinder is that we can evolution it away. Alright, so at the minute, no vehicle. We have a natural Greasefang as well. How do you want to deal with this? Next turn they can ritual us up. We have an actual Greasefang. Let's go into the red zone. We have this chariot coming as well, so I think I'm pretty happy to just make the supplier, Gristy salvage this turn. Okay. I don't know how much of a 1-1 beatdown format this is, but the ritual. Fine. Do we mill here? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Still don't have a vehicle. That's a Pahelion. We'll take the pathway. Nice. We are afforded a look just in case they have another sweeper. We don't. I gotta scoop it up. Alright, let's get to game 2. Think about what kind of graveyard hit they're gonna have here. They might have ley lines. And then after ley line it gets a bit of like, we don't have to worry about rest in peace. Interesting. All in on Nickel Ball the Dragon God. They can still have Hearse, but I think that I want Duress. I think that I want, excuse me, to bring in some more mid-range cards. The Sky Sovereign's not going to get much value here. No, we've not seen any creatures. Not to say they don't have any, but yeah. Think about this a bit more. Sheldred will be solid. Like the Siege Rhinos will be fine. The Vanishing Verse doesn't catch on opponents to care about. If we see Hearses, then we can bring them with the Bloom commands in game 3. The thing I'm really trying to think about is that Liliana. We get to Liliana doesn't face off very well with this Nickel Ball. This is basically what I'm thinking. If we get into a situation where we're kind of going in mid-range battle. Tick-tock, tick-tock. I think I might just bring the Duresses in and then we'll see what our opponent does. We have the Sheldred still, we've got like Siege Rhino things we can be doing. But if our opponent doesn't have, if our opponent's not like packing a bunch of graveyard hate, we don't necessarily need to do that. We can just play with a pretty consistent combo game plan and then have a bunch of hand disruption for them. So we will see. Yeah, this looks very, very solid. The triple Blooming Marsh is definitely a little sus, but I can live with that. This is the one opportunity to take see if they have it before it becomes a creature. Change the equation, does hit all the green cards, negate, Siphon, Noxious Grasp. There are a couple of counter spells that can hit the Chariot here. I think the Noxious Grasp is as bad. Given our hand, I kind of fancy take the equation. But we now know at least we're going to play around. These Siphon Insights could be quite annoying. We'll see what we draw and see. Getting the second Chariot gives me a little bit better hope though. Alright, we'll take this. I guess if they siphon Insight us, they can actually just take our vehicles away. The other thing, there could be cards like Claim they could use. Okay. They have Negate, so I don't want to just sacrifice the way to pot. I basically want to force them to use Negate on a Chariot. I'm pretty happy to just be like, alright, if your plan is to do nothing, they've got no blue sources. Oh, I'm so dumb. This is the... and they kind of kill... They have a Noxious Grasp, but... We'll see. So, like, just like smashing, like, Eldritch Evolution this away for Greasefang isn't going to get us there by itself, but it's a somewhere. To be honest, this way we definitely want to land a chariot this time. I'm just going to make my attacks first. I want to get a chariot in before the gate. Just see what they've drawn into. I guess they just kept a bunch of castle spells. Maybe even taking this is kind of sus. Alright, we'll see. So Push was the only unknown card. They're going to have blue mana now. Maybe just aggro them out here. They've not got a sweeper. So if I play the chariot, I want to get the gate out of their hand. If I just crew the chariot up, then they just grasp it. They still get to negate. I think that is fine. I'm just thinking how I want this to play out, the rest of the cards on my hand. And where I'd rather them use their spells. If we can get them to use their other relevant spells now and just be leaving the Siphon Insights, I think that's great. We'll attack here. I think we try and make them use the gate on the second chariot. They pretty much have to do. Presenting a ton of damage. And now they're left with 2 inside 5 insights and the 1 random card. And so... okay. I'm pretty happy given the circumstances here. Just fire this off. They could Siphon Insight are they only hit 2 cards, to be fair. Yeah, let's keep up. Greasefang for the win. Alright, well, hey. I panicked for a second there. Nearly diamond. But hey, thank you for watching. That has been Evolution Greasefang. You kind of see the power of having the toolbox strategy and the consistency of having like all these creatures with evolution just suited for Greasefang. Really, really sick. If you're not already, please do subscribe, like the video, all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it. And have a great day. Thanks for watching.